Hello everyone. Today we'll be taking up with second question of profit and loss statement of holding and subsidiary company. Look at it, understand it properly. The following are the profit and loss account of H Limited and S Limited for the year ended 31st March 2019. Now, two questions I'll be taking up today, question 2 and 3. And in both the questions, I will be doing only workings on the screen. And you all will be trying the notes and P&L statement entirely on your own. And then you play the video and verify whether you got the answers correct or not. Because making the P&L statement and its notes is very, very simple. Very few notes are involved. So that you all must be able to try on your own. Workings I'll show on the screen. And then you'll try P&L statement and notes on your own. And answers will be there in front of you. You can verify after you try that on your own. Now, opening stock will come in change in inventories. It will come in the note of change in inventories. Okay. As I said, change in inventories, we find difference between opening and closing stock. So this closing stock will also come in change in inventories. And I told you, if opening stock is more, then you'll take it as a negative figure. And if opening stock is more, you'll take it as a positive figure. And if closing stock is more, you'll take it as a negative figure. Okay. I made you write this in P&L statement over here. Change in inventories, opening and closing stocks difference. If opening stock is more, then you take it as a positive figure. If closing stock is more, you take it as a negative figure. So here in this question, if you see, H Limited's opening stock is 2 lakhs. Closing stock is 3,06,000. Closing stock is more. So we will take it as a negative figure in the final P&L statement. S Limited does not have only opening stock, only closing stock is there. So here also closing stock for both the companies is more, means in the final P&L statement, we will be taking it as a negative figure. Then purchases will come in direct purchases, C, D, E, F, do. So it will come in D, direct purchases. Purchase wages. Wages will come in employees benefit expenses. Okay, C, D, E, F, do. So in that E stands for employees benefit. Sundry expenses will come in other expenses, DOO, other expenses. Provision for tax will directly come in P&L statement at the end. And this profits will be finding of our own. Sales will come in revenue from operations, and opening and closing stocks difference we already discussed will come in change in inventories. Gross profit we don't have to record because earlier question only gross profit was given, so we recorded that. But here sales, closing stock, everything is given. So gross profit will not come in our P&L statement. Then preference dividend, proposed dividend, everything. This is like P&L appropriation account. It will come in the second part of P&L statement in our solution. Okay. H Limited holds 3,000 equity shares of 100 each in S Limited. Okay, face value is 100, be careful. Whose capital is of 4,000 equity shares of 100 each. So out of 4,000, 3,000 equity shares are with H Limited, means remaining 1,000 is minority interest. And 6% 1,000 cumulative preference shares of 100 each are also there. But if preference shares are acquired by holding company, then only it has relevance, otherwise it's a normal thing only. The shares in S Limited, these 3,000 equity shares, were acquired by H Limited on 1st July 2018. So 3,000 equity shares will give us degree of control. 1st July 2018 is date of acquisition. It will give us time ratio. During the year, S Limited sold to H Limited goods costing rupees 50,000 at a selling price of rupees 60,000. So 60,000 is intercompany adjustment. Okay. One company is selling to another company, means you will minus from sales and you will minus from purchases. I told you intercompany adjustment, minus from expenses and minus from incomes. Okay, I made you write minus from expense and minus from income. Here from which expense and income we will minus. S Limited has sold goods to H Limited, so we will minus from expense of purchases and we will minus from income of sales. Means in one company S Limited has sold, so it is included in S Limited's sales. And H has purchased, so it is included in H Limited's purchases. But what amount? 60,000. The transaction between the two companies has taken for 60,000. Okay. Profit earned is 10,000. So this will help us in calculating unrealized profit. 1/4 of the goods remain unsold. So unrealized profit we will find only on 1/4 of goods on 31st March 2019. The goods were at cost to the holding company for closing stock purpose, so that doesn't make any difference. Profit is directly available as 10,000. Prepare consolidated profit and loss and ignore the dividend distribution tax. So let us make the workings first. Okay, in this chapter we have 5 workings here. Unrealized profit is also there, so all the 5 workings will come. Okay, as we discussed yesterday, all the 5 working notes will come in this question. First working will be degree of control. Okay, first working will be degree of control. All of you must be trying along with me. 2 columns will come H limited and minority interest. Now see adjustment 1. How many shares are there of subsidiary company? 4,000 equity shares are there of subsidiary company. So write down 4,000 equity shares of S Limited. Now from that, how many equity shares are acquired by holding company? Out of 4,000, 3,000 equity shares are acquired by holding company. So H Limited 3,000 and remaining 1,000 are with minority shareholders. If you remove the zeros, 3:1. 3/4 and 1/4 is the ratio of degree of control. Now here we have discussed that if preference shares are acquired, then you will make the degree of control of preference shares also separately. Okay, but in this question no preference shares are acquired, only equity shares are acquired, so only 1 degree of control will come. Second working will be of time ratio. Now date of beginning of year is 1/4/18. Date of acquisition of shares in second adjustment is 1st July 1/7/18. And date of year ending is 31/3/19. So April, May and June, 3 months is pre-acquisition period. July to March, 9 months is post-acquisition period. Both are divisible by 3. 3 divided by 3, 1. 9 divided by 3, 3. 1:3. 1 plus 3, 4. 1/4 and 3/4 is the time ratio. Third working we will make for minority interest. All of you see that you master the workings what I made you write in the last lecture. Okay, prepare the workings thoroughly well. Now minority interest, first we will start with opening profit and loss account balance of S Limited. Opening P&L account balance of subsidiary company S Limited, which is not there. I told you if opening balance at all it is given, then it would be given in the third part. Okay, in this statement in the third part it would be given, but no opening balance is given over here. So opening balance of S Limited is nil. In that we have to add current year's profit after tax. Okay, in that we have to add current year's profit after tax. Now what is current year's profit after tax? This 1,36,000 and 1,48,000. We have to take it only for subsidiary company. So which amount? 1,48,000. That is current year's profit after tax. Now if you remember in the working note yesterday I made you write, will minus from this preference dividend as well as equity dividend, because we show that separately in P&L statement. Both of that we show it separately. So minority interest will already appear separately in P&L statement. What is the preference dividend we have to minus? See here of S Limited 6,000 and equity dividend 40,000. Both of these will be subtracted. So minus preference dividend 6,000 and also minus equity dividend. Okay, simple logic. Preference and equity dividend will be shown separately in the second part of P&L statement. So we'll subtract both of that, 6,000 and 40,000 from minority interest. So 1,48,000 minus 46,000 will be 1,02,000. Now these are the remaining profits for all the shareholders. In that we multiplied with minorities share. Okay, this will be multiplied with minorities share. So how much is minorities share in the ratio of degree of control? 1/4. So this you will multiply with 1/4 and you will get minority interest. So what is 1,02,000 into 1/4? 25,500 is minority interest that will directly appear in second part when we find profit to be transferred to consolidated balance sheet. So minority interest. Then fourth workings we will make for capital reserve. Fourth workings will be done for capital reserve. Now how will we find capital reserve? First again we start with opening profit and loss account balance of S Limited, which is nil. Okay, opening P&L account balance of S Limited is nil. In that we add, now this we do in inner column. Opening is always pre-acquisition profit, so opening balance we write because it is always a capital profit in nature, but here it is nil. Now we add current year's profit after tax. So current year's profit after tax, that is 1,48,000 of subsidiary company. Now current year's profit after tax 1,48,000. Now we find this only from equity shareholders point of view. So here we have to minus only preference dividend. Okay, here we have to minus only one thing, that is preference dividend. We don't minus equity dividend because we are finding this from holding company's point of view as an equity shareholder. So only preference dividend will be subtracted, which is 6,000. If you minus 6,000 of preference dividend, then what profits are left out for equity shareholders? 1,42,000. That you multiply with pre-acquisition period. Okay, that you multiply with pre-acquisition period. Now how much is pre-acquisition period in the time ratio? 1/4. So pre-acquisition period 1/4 means what are pre-acquisition profits we get? 1,42,000 into 1/4. 35,500 are capital profits out of that. Opening balance is nil. So entire 35,500, nil plus 35,500, 35,500 are only pre-acquisition profits. Here you find holding company's share. In this you find holding company's share. What is holding company's share? 3/4. Okay, holding company's share is 3/4. So into 3 divided by 4. 35,500 into 3 divided by 4, that comes to 26,625. Now in that we have to add holding company's share in pre-acquisition preference dividend, but that we don't have. Holding company has acquired only equity shares. If it would have acquired preference shares also, then only we have to further add here holding company's share in preference dividend, pre-acquisition preference dividend, this one. Okay, this holding company's share in preference dividend is to be added only if preference shares are acquired by the holding company. Here they are not acquired, so we don't have to add any pre-acquisition preference dividend. This itself is the amount of capital reserve. 26,625 itself is the amount of capital reserve. And then last working in this question we have to make for unrealized profit. That working we have to make in the same manner as we used to do in balance sheet part. First we record goods sold by. Now here goods are sold by which company to which company? S Limited to H Limited. It's an upstream sale. S Limited sold goods to H Limited, so it's an upstream sale. Goods sold by S Limited to H Limited. In bracket you can mention it's an upstream sale. 60,000 are the goods sold by one company to other company. Now, what are the goods remaining unsold? Goods remaining unsold are 1/4. You all can see in that last adjustment what information is given. 1/4 of goods are remaining unsold. So goods remaining unsold 1/4. And what is the information of profit given to you? 50,000 of goods are sold for 60,000. So 60,000 minus 50,000 profit is directly available as 10,000. But there is a total profit on all 60,000 goods. So what would be unrealized profit? Unrealized profit will be equal to 10,000 into 1/4 of goods remaining unsold. So only 1/4 will be taken, and because it is upstream sale, further we will do holding company's share in that. What is holding company's share? 3/4. So because it is upstream sale, further we will do 3/4 in the same. So 10,000 into 1/4, that is 2,500 into 3/4, that is 1875 is the amount of unrealized profit, which will have single effect only, minus from change in inventories. Single effect will be there, minus from change in inventories. Now, all of you make the profit and loss statement, this entire format of P&L statement as we discussed in the last lecture. You all make this entire format of P&L statement till the balance to be carried forward to consolidated balance sheet. And after that, all of you make the notes also. Now, which all notes will come in this question, be attended? Okay, which all notes will come in this question? Note 1 will be revenue from operation that we have. Note 2, other incomes we don't have. Note 3, C, D, E, F do. So C, cost of materials consumed we don't have. D, direct purchases. So second note will be direct purchases that we have. You can see here purchases are given, and it is tick means you'll minus intercompany adjustment also, 60,000 rupees. Okay, from that H Limited 10 lakh plus H Limited 8 lakhs will also minus this 60,000 of intercompany adjustment. Now C, D, E, employees benefit note you will have. They are also given to you, purchase wages. C, D, E, F, finance cost we don't have. D, depreciation we don't have. O, other expenses we have. So fourth note will be of this other expenses, sundry expenses. C, D, E, F do. It's done. That's it. Total 4 notes you all have to make. In revenue from operation from sales, you'll minus 60,000. In direct purchases from purchases, you'll minus 60,000 intercompany adjustment. Okay, you also have change in inventories. Just a minute. You also have change in inventories. So after the note of direct purchases, you'll make third note of change in inventories. How will you find change in inventories? Difference between opening and closing stock means H Limited you'll record 2 lakh and 3 lakh 6,000 difference, 1 lakh 6,000. And S Limited you'll record nil and 2 lakhs difference, 2 lakhs. And in this total 3 lakh 6,000, put tick on it, you will minus unrealized profit, which is 1875. I repeat, H Limited's change in inventories is 1 lakh 6,000. S Limited's change in inventory is 2 lakhs. And from the total of that, you will minus 1875, that is unrealized profit. Then fourth note, you will make employees benefit expenses. And fifth note, you will make for other expenses. So total 5 notes you all have to make. And then you'll put those figures in P&L statement. So all of you pause the video and try all these notes on your own. And then you play the video and verify whether your answers are right or not. When you take change in inventories in P&L statement, you'll take it as a negative figure because closing stock is more than opening stock. Okay. So if you want, you can rewind and listen to this explanation again. And I want exclusively that all of you try the notes and P&L statement on your own. Pause the video, try the notes and P&L statement on your own, and then you play the video and verify whether you got the notes and P&L statement correct or not. Yes, I hope all of you would have done with P&L statement and its notes. So all of you verify your answers. As I said, 5 notes will come. Revenue from operation, purchases, change in inventories, employees benefit and other expenses. First, all of you check your notes. Revenue from operation, sales of H Limited is 16 lakhs, S Limited is 13 lakhs, okay, 13 and 16 lakhs you all can see. From that we have to minus intercompany transaction 60,000, so you all must get 28 lakh 40,000. Purchases of finished goods, H Limited 10 lakhs, S Limited 8 lakhs, minus intercompany transaction 60,000, okay, you all can see here 10 lakhs plus 8 lakhs minus intercompany transaction here is 60,000. So you all must get in the outer column 17 lakh 40,000. Changes in inventories of finished goods, as I discussed with you. In case of H Limited, the change in stock is 3 lakh 6,000 and 2 lakhs difference 1 lakh 6,000. S Limited 2 lakhs and nil 2 lakhs. So 1 lakh 6,000 and 2 lakhs, and from that we have to minus unrealized profit of 1875. So see here everyone, 1 lakh 6,000 plus 2 lakhs minus 1875, you must get 3 lakh 4,125. Then in employees benefit you'll get this 3 lakhs plus 2 lakhs, 5 lakhs of wages. And then other expenses, you will have this sundry expenses of 1 lakh 50,000 plus 2 lakh 12,000, 3 lakh 62,000. Okay, so these 5 notes all of you must have got it correct. Now check your P&L statement entirely. Revenue from operations will get 28 lakh 40,000 from note 1. Other incomes we don't have. See, if you have written full P&L statement, very good. But just to cut short, I have written only those items which we have in the question. But you all are supposed to write entire format of P&L statement as we have done in yesterday's lecture. Other incomes we don't have, so total 28 lakh 40,000. Now expenses, again, cost of materials consumed would be nil. Purchases of finished goods from note 2, you can see 17 lakh 40,000. Then change in inventories from note 3, you all can see 3 lakh 4,125. And as I said to you, closing stock is more than opening stock, so you'll take it as a negative figure. So here in P&L statement, you'll write minus 3 lakh 4,125. Employees benefit expenses from note 4, you will get 5 lakh rupees. And other expenses from note 5, you'll get 3 lakh 62,000 rupees. So if you do the total of expenses, 17 lakh 40,000 minus 3 lakh 4,125 plus 5 lakhs plus 3 lakh 62,000, you'll get 22 lakh 97,875. Then 28 lakh 40,000 minus 22 lakh 97,875, you'll get profit before tax 5 lakh 42,125. Now provision for tax, you all can see 1 lakh 20,000 plus 1 lakh 40,000, 2 lakh 60,000. So provision for tax 2 lakh 60,000, and then 5 lakh 42,125 minus 2 lakh 62,000, 2 lakh 82,125. Now you find profits to be transferred to consolidated balance sheet. So you first start with the same profit after tax. Actually we start with opening balance of P&L account, which we don't have. So I have not written it here. But even if you write it, it's better. You write opening balance of P&L account nil, and then you add profit after tax 2,82,125. From that we subtract preference dividend. Now H Limited nil and entire 6,000 of S Limited will minus here. You can show that H Limited nil, S Limited 6,000. So total in the outer column you'll minus 6,000. Then proposed, okay, proposed equity dividend. You all can see here equity dividend 40,000 and 40,000. From that, holding companies share 3/4 in S Limited we will minus. So 40,000 plus 40,000, and then 40,000's 3/4, 30,000 we will minus. So 40 plus 40 minus 30, you'll get in the outer column 50,000. This you all can see here. 40 plus 40, 80 minus 30, 50,000. Then minority interest we get from working note 3. You all can see here what is minority interest in working note 3, 25,500. And then capital reserve we get from working note 4. You all can see here capital reserve in working note 4 is 26,625. So if you do 2,82,125 minus 6,000 minus 50,000 minus 25,500 minus 26,625, you must get 1,74,000. So this is how you all must have done with profit and loss statement. Now we take up with question number 3. All of you take out question number 3 of your study material. Yes, now all of you look at question number 3. It is a very small question and simple question. Understand very limited things are to be done over here. Here also I'll do the workings on the screen and then you will try the remaining P&L statement on your own. Following information is available in respect of H Limited and its subsidiary S Limited as on 31/3/19. Equity share capital rupees 10 each. So 8 lakhs divided by 10, 80,000 shares are there in H Limited, and 5 lakhs divided by 10, 50,000 shares are there in S Limited. 6% preference share capital rupees 100 each. So 5 lakhs divided by 100, 5,000 preference shares are there in holding company, and 3 lakhs divided by 100, 3,000 preference shares are there in subsidiary company. Then profit and loss account credit balance as on 1/4/2018. This is the opening balance. For the first time, we are given with opening balance of P&L account. Every time you can see in this second part, we have been writing opening balance is missing. Now in this question, opening balance of P&L account has been given. Question number 3. 10,000 of holding company, 8,000 of subsidiary company. Will be more concerned with subsidiary company's opening balance when we make the workings. Net profit of the current year is current year's profit after tax available for appropriation 1,20,000 and 1 lakh. Proposed dividend of preference is also given. Equity is also given. Now you all can see that you are not given with entire P&L account statement over here. Directly this information is only given. So only this part is to be done in the solution. Which part? Last part. In the question 3, you just have to find profit to be transferred to consolidated balance sheet. That's it. Starting with opening balance of P&L account and so on. Because you are not given with revenue from operations, other incomes, CDEF, cost of material, direct purchase, change in inventories, employees benefit, finance cost, depreciation, other expenses. These items are not given in this question. So entire P&L statement is not to be made. Only that last part of P&L statement is to be made, where we find profit to be transferred to consolidated balance sheet. Only that much is to be done. It means even notes will not come. Directly working will come, and then directly that last part of P&L statement will come. Even notes are not to be made because there are no items of P&L statement. H Limited acquired 70% of paid up equity share capital and even 60% of paid up preference share capital. Even preference shares are acquired. So I told you, if you remember in the workings, if preference shares are acquired, then we will even find preference shares degree of control. Okay. And here we will also find this H Limited's share in pre-acquisition preference dividend. That all points will come in this question because preference shares are also acquired. We will obtain 2 degree of controls. One is degree of control of equity and the other is degree of control of preference shares. Prepare a consolidated profit and loss account for the year ended 31/3/19, but we don't have to make whole P&L statement, only that last part. Profit to be transferred to consolidated balance sheet is to be done. So let's make the workings, and then that last part of P&L statement, all of you will be trying on your own. Working note 1, degree of control. Now degree of control, H Limited and minority interest, and we have to do it separately for equity and preference shares. First of all, 50,000 equity shares are there in S Limited, so all of you write down 50,000 equity. Okay, first we are doing it for equity shares of S Limited. Okay, 50,000 equity shares of S Limited. Out of that, 70% are acquired by holding company. That means 35,000 shares are with holding company and remaining 15,000 is minority interest. If you cancel the zeros, both are divisible by 5. 35 divided by 5 is 7 and 15 divided by 5 is 3. So 7 is to 3, 7 by 10 and 3 by 10 is the ratio of equity's degree of control. Now even for preference we have to do it because preference shares are also acquired. So 3,000 preference shares of S Limited. Okay, 3,000. Here the working notes will be in complete, wholesome. Everything what we discussed in working note is there present in this question. So 3,000 preference shares of S Limited. From that, how many preference shares are acquired by holding companies? 60% are acquired. So 3,000, 60%, 1,800. Remaining 1,200 are with minority shareholders. If you cancel the zeros, 18 and 12 both are divisible by 6. 18 divided by 6 is 3. 12 divided by 6 is 2. So 3 is to 2. 3 plus 2, 5. 3 by 5 and 2 by 5 is the ratio of degree of control of preference shares. Second workings we will make of time ratio. Beginning of the year is 1/4/18. Now shares are acquired on which date? You all can see here 39/18 is the date of acquisition. This will give us the time ratio. Okay. So 39/18 and year ending is 31/3/19. So 1/4/18 to 39/18. Pre-acquisition period April to September is 6 months. 39/18 to 31/3/19. Post-acquisition is also 6 months. 1:1 is the ratio of time. Now third workings we make for minority interest, and here this workings will come in wholesome, complete. All items are given what we have been discussing in the first lecture of P&L statement. First we will start with opening P&L account balance of S Limited. That we have it here, which has always remained nil so far. Opening P&L account balance of S Limited, you all can see here is how much? See here, P&L account credit balance on 1/4/18, 8,000. Opening P&L account balance of S Limited is 8,000. In that we will add current year's profit after tax. Okay, we'll add current year's profits after tax. Now see what is current year's profit after tax given over here. Net profit of current year after tax available for appropriation of S Limited is 1 lakh. All amounts in the workings to be taken only from S Limited's P&L account. Now from that we have to subtract preference as well as equity dividend because we show them separately in the second part of P&L account. So preference dividend. Now what is preference dividend of subsidiary company? 18,000. That we will minus. And we will also minus equity dividend. Okay, further we will also minus equity dividend. That is 50,000 rupees is equity shares dividend given in the information. That also we will minus. So what is the final amount of minority interest? Means profits available for minority interest. 8,000 plus 1 lakh minus 18,000 minus 50,000, that is 40,000. 40,000 of profits are available for minority interest. That you will multiply with minorities share. Okay, that you will multiply with minorities share. Now here we are talking only about the minority interest from equity shareholders point of view. So which minority you will take? 3 by 10, don't take 2 by 5. Okay, preference shares minority interest is not to be considered for this minority interest. Only equity shares minority share is to be considered, that is 3 by 10. So further if we multiply with 3 by 10, 40,000 into 3 by 10, 12,000 is the minority interest that will come in the second part of P&L statement. Okay, minority interest 12,000. Then after minority interest, fourth working we will make for capital reserve. Here also entire working note will come. All items are given. So first again we will start with opening profit and loss account balance of S Limited. Okay, opening P&L account balance of S Limited, that is 8,000. Okay, opening P&L account balance of S Limited, that is 8,000. Here 2 columns of amount will come. Then we will add current year's profit after tax. Okay, then we will add current year's profit after tax. Current year's profit after tax is how much? 1 lakh. Okay, for subsidiary company only we have to see 1 lakh. And from that we have to subtract only preference dividend, because we find capital reserve from equity shareholders point of view. So we have to find the profits available for equity shareholders, and then preference dividends, capital part, profit part, pre-acquisition, we add it separately as such. If holding company has acquired shares and here holding company has acquired the shares. So preference dividend 18,000 we will minus. Okay, here entire statement will come. You all can refer to the workings I made you write in the first lecture. 1 lakh minus 18,000, you can say 82,000 are the profits available for equity shareholders that we multiply with pre-acquisition period. In the time ratio, what is the pre-acquisition period? Half. So pre-acquisition period is half. 82,000 is half. 41,000 are capital profits available for equity shareholders. 8,000 plus 41,000. 49,000 are the total profits available for equity shareholders, which are capital profits in nature. In this further we have to multiply H Limited's share. Right now these are the profits available for equity shareholders. We have subtracted preference dividend. So holding company's share of equity degree of control we will take, which is 7 by 10. So this we will multiply with 7 by 10. 49,000 into 7 by 10, that comes to 34,300. Now normally we have been taking this amount itself as capital reserve, but here we have to further add, in this amount we have to further add pre-acquisition preference dividend, holding company's share in pre-acquisition preference dividend. Okay, further we have to add holding company's H Limited's share in pre-acquisition preference dividend. Now, what is pre-acquisition preference dividend? I told you first you take preference dividends amount. Okay, what is preference dividends amount? 18,000. First you take preference dividend amount, which is 18,000. Now in that preference dividend amount you find pre-acquisition period. So what is pre-acquisition period? Half. Okay, first half year, 6 months. And then you take holding company's share, but now you take holding company's share in preference degree of control, which is 3 by 5. We are finding pre-acquisition, H Limited share in pre-acquisition, preference dividends. So now you take preference dividends, holding company's degree of control, which is 3 by 5. So 18,000 into pre-acquisition period 1 by 2 into holding company's share in preference degree of control 3 by 5, that is 5,400. So 34,300 plus 5,400, capital reserve what we will transfer is 39,700. This amount will be shown as capital reserve in the second part of P&L statement. Now, unrealized profit is not there in this question, and as such, we don't have to make P&L statement, we have to make only third part. You can see the heading I have given here, profits to be transferred to consolidated balance sheet. Only this much is to be done. So, all of you make that second part of P&L statement, only this much is to be done. Which part? Only this part is to be done. All of you make this format, only this much. Okay, P&L appropriation, that balance to be transferred to consolidated balance. This entire portion all of you make it, and all of you do the solution on your own. Workings are already done. Figures are all already available. So this second part, profit to be transferred to consolidated balance sheet, all of you make the formats and put the figures on your own in that part of format. Pause the video, try it on your own, and then you play the video and verify whether you got it correct or not. Yes, I hope all of you would have completed this. Now verify whether you get the answers correct or not. See, first we'll start with opening balance on 1/4/18, which is given over here. You all can see 10,000 of H Limited and 8,000 of S Limited. I am now marking it with blue so that you all can identify 10,000 and 8,000. So opening balance we will start with this 18,000. 10,000 plus 8,000, 18,000. Then we add profits after tax of current year. What are the profits after tax of current year? You all can see 1,20,000 and 1 lakh. So we will add 1,20,000 and 1 lakh, 2,20,000. Then we subtract. First we subtract preference dividend. So you all can see here preference dividend is 30,000 of holding company and 18,000 of subsidiary company. And in this 18,000, what will be holding company's share 3 by 5? Sorry. Yes, 3 by 5. That we have to minus. Okay. So first you'll add 30 plus 18, 48,000. And then from that 18,000, you'll subtract share of H Limited, which is 3 by 5. Since we are talking about preference share, you'll take preference degree of control. What is 18,000 into 3 by 5? You all can see that comes to 10,800. 30,000 plus 18,000 minus 10,800, 37,200. Same way now you will take for equity shares 80,000 plus 50,000, and in 50,000 this is equity, so you will take 7 by 10 of H Limited share and minus it. So 80,000 plus 50,000, and then in 50,000 7 by 10 holding company's share of degree of control 35,000. So 80 plus 50, 1,30,000 minus 35, 95,000. Then minority interest we get from working note 3. You all can see here. What is minority interest we got in working note 3? 12,000. And then capital reserve we got in working note 4. You all can see here in working note 4. What is capital reserve we got? 39,700. Now do it 18,000 plus 2,20,000. Okay, 18,000 plus 2,20,000 minus 37,200 minus 95,000 minus 12,000 and minus 39,700. You all must get 54,100 is the balance transferred to consolidated balance sheet. So this type of small question can also come in exams. All the topics of holding and subsidiary are covered. The syllabus is over. The chapter is over. That'll be all for this lecture. Bye everyone. Take care. See you in the next lecture.